It just got real at ATL. If you're flying through Atlanta anytime soon, pay attention. Immigration rules just changed, and it's going to shock a lot of people. Miss a step and you could be delayed, denied entry, or worse. Let's break it down. Section 1. Top 5 changes. You can't ignore. Biometric ID is now mandatory. Coming in at number 5, and it's a big one. Facial recognition is now mandatory at customs and even at boarding gates in Atlanta's international terminals. Yes, even if you're a U.S. citizen. Whether you're arriving or leaving the country, you're going to have your face scanned. This isn't optional for most travelers anymore. So who exactly gets scanned? Pretty much everyone. International tourists, green card holders, even American citizens exiting the U.S. The Department of Homeland Security has quietly expanded biometric exit checks. You may not even realize it's happening until that scanner locks on your face at the gate. Now yes, there's technically an opt-out process, but here's the catch. It's not easy, it's not fast, and in some cases, you'll be directed to a separate screening line. If you're in a rush, forget it. So if you're thinking, I don't want my face in a government system, think again. At Atlanta Airport, it's already happening. 4. Pre-clearance app, now required for visitors. At number 4, the days of casually answering a few questions at the counter are over. If you're flying into ATL and you're not a U.S. citizen, you now have to complete your customs pre-clearance before you land. And here's the part that catches people off guard. This isn't optional. It's now required. You'll need to download the CBP One app or MyTSA, fill out your arrival info, and answer a digital version of the questions that used to be asked face-to-face. No app, no clearance. And yes, skipping this step has already caused serious delays. One traveler told us they were pulled aside for nearly 2 hours just because they hadn't filled out the form in the app. They thought they'd do it after landing. Big mistake. That's the shift. Customs officers won't ask about it. They'll assume it's done. And if it's not, you'll be held back while everyone else breezes through. Bottom line, download the app, fill it out before takeoff, and save yourself the interrogation. Exit checks for U.S. citizens. Here's something that's catching even frequent flyers by surprise. U.S. citizens are now subject to exit checks. That's right. When you're leaving the country, not just arriving, your departure is being logged. In many cases, it's fully automated. No one says a word. You just scan your boarding pass, your face gets scanned, and boom, you're recorded as having left the country. Why does this matter? Because it's a big shift in how U.S. authorities track travel. Until recently, there was no consistent system for knowing exactly when American citizens left the U.S. That's changed, and Atlanta is one of the first airports to roll this out fully. So if you're thinking, I'm a citizen, they don't track me, think again. That data is now being tied to your passport, your boarding pass, and yes, your biometric scan. Now, some travelers are raising privacy concerns, but under new Homeland Security directives, this is considered standard, and skipping it isn't really an option. So the next time you're heading out of ATL, don't be surprised when the gate scans your face without warning. It's not just for visitors anymore. Everyone is being logged. 2. Visa and ESTA. Red flags. You didn't know about this one is sneaky, and it's already causing real problems. The Visa and ESTA system has quietly gotten stricter, not because of big new laws, but because of how information is being flagged and shared. First, more countries have been moved into higher risk categories. That means longer background checks, more scrutiny, and a higher chance of secondary screening, even for people who visited the U.S. before with no issues. Second, small mistakes that used to be ignored are now triggering red flags. A misspelled name, an address that doesn't match your return ticket, an outdated phone number. These are all causing travelers to be delayed or denied. And here's what most people don't realize. Once you've been flagged once, it sticks to your profile. You could breeze through on your next trip or get stopped again with no explanation. It's no longer about just having a valid visa or ST. It's about how clean your digital footprint looks across all systems. So if you haven't updated your travel profile in a while, or if you're applying from a newly flagged country, double-check everything, because now even one small slip can get you pulled aside. 1. New rules around what you declare. If you've ever packed snacks from home, over-the-counter meds, or even a used laptop, this one's for you. Atlanta's customs declaration rules have tightened up. The categories for what must be declared have expanded, and the enforcement is getting more aggressive. Let's start with food. It doesn't matter if it's factory sealed or commercially packaged. If it's agricultural, meat-based, or herbal, it could be a problem. One traveler was held for 3 hours over a box of packaged, dried fish snacks they forgot to declare. It didn't matter that it was sealed and store-bought. It wasn't on their customs form, and that was enough. The same goes for medicine. Even if it's over-the-counter in your country, it might be flagged in the U.S. Customs wants to know the exact contents, especially anything herbal, powdered, or liquid. Don't assume it's okay just because you bought it at a pharmacy. And electronics? They're now on the radar, especially if they're unusual or multiple. Bringing in 2 phones? 3 laptops? You might be asked to explain why. This isn't just for international visitors. U.S. residents returning from abroad have been stopped for not declaring these things too. So here's the rule now. When in doubt, declare it. You won't get penalized for being honest, but you will get flagged for hiding something, even by accident. Section 2. How to get through ATL fast in 2025. You don't need to be a VIP to skip the lines, but you do need to be smart. First, if you travel internationally more than twice a year, get global entry. You'll breeze through customs and it includes TSA pre-check. It's the fastest option, period. But if you're an occasional traveler or visiting the US, the Mobile Passport Control app is your best friend. It's free, and in some terminals, it's even faster than global entry. The trick? Fill it out before you land. Now, here's a layout tip most people don't know. Terminal F is for international arrivals, and it gets packed. Avoid peak arrival windows between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m., and again from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bottlenecks? Terminal D is one of the worst for connecting flights. If you have a layover, try to reroute through Terminal A or E if possible. What to wear? No big belts, heavy jewelry, or boots with metal. They slow you down at security and scanners. And when you reach customs, avoid saying too much. Just answer what they ask. No jokes, no stories. Keep it direct. That's how smart travelers glide through ATL, with less stress and more time to relax before the next leg of the trip. Section 3. Common mistakes that get people flagged. Now let's talk about the stuff that gets people stopped, delayed, and flagged over and over again. Mistake number 1, last-minute visa edits. If you update your visa application just hours before flying, it may not be processed in time. You'll land, and the system won't recognize your info. Mistake number 2, using multiple passports without declaring dual citizenship. If your entry form doesn't match the document you present at customs, you'll get flagged, even if both passports are legal. Mistake number 3, trying to record immigration officers. Don't do it. It's strictly prohibited. Even discreet filming with your phone out could be interpreted as a violation, and that alone can land you in secondary screening or worse. This part gets more people in trouble than anything else. Don't let it be you. Final checklist. Before you head to ATL, here's your quick checklist. Download the CBP One or Mobile Passport app. Check your visa or ESTA status and make sure it's accurate. Print or save all your travel documents, including return tickets. Know what you need to declare. Food, medicine, tech, everything. And finally, don't assume. Check everything twice. Flying through JFK, LAX, or Miami next? Comment below which airport you want decoded next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with anyone traveling to the US in 2025. Have you flown through ATL recently? Drop your experience in the comments. Ever been flagged for something unexpected? Share your story anonymously below. Which airport is more chaotic, ATL or JFK? Let's settle this in the comments. If you found this helpful, like the video, drop a comment with your travel questions, and subscribe for more airport hacks and updates. Safe travels.